Riddle me this. It is green, shiny, sparkly, and it is not a gem. It is a space material. It makes hope shrink and dull. What is it? From the first part of For Broken Men, we were able to define who is a broken man and establish what brokenness is and a way out of it if you're a broken man. Now, if you haven't watched that episode yet, I'd recommend you to do, and it also means you're probably new here. Welcome, this is Men Conversations, where we believe if boys do not talk, men will never know. The answer to this riddle is kryptonite. Yes, an alien mineral that has the property of depriving Superman of his powers. You see what I did there? I used hope instead of Superman to get you to know. If you probably didn't get that hint, it's another reason to check out this channel, Men Conversation, and not fall behind and watch the first part of this series. Batman's biggest worry is to never kill anyone, no matter how ruthless he is in his pursuit of disengaging organized crime in his city. If you want to know why that is the case, follow through till the end. Today's topic is all about the elements that are after a broken man. In other words, they continue to make men broken. Imagine this, you're the most powerful man in the world, you have supernatural abilities no one has. How would you feel? Just take a moment and let that sink in. How would you feel? No, forget it. Most of us will abuse that power. But you have all these powers. Do you think that you will not have enemies at all? Like no one will want what you have and pursue it? You'd really have to be kidding yourself. I'm soon going to release an episode about dangerous men and why it is important. It will focus on this factor, so stay tuned for that new conversation. The number one thing I want you to recognize is the fact that your position, environment, or whatever you have will always invite room to have enemies. You can't escape the fact that it's part of the growth factor. You need it, we all do. Everyone before us had it. What are enemies? Enemies are people who want what you have and are willing to do anything to get it, but they never want to collaborate with you. They want what is solely yours for themselves, and they will do anything to achieve it. Among Superman's enemies is Lex Luthor. He believes Superman is too powerful. He feels threatened by him. But why? Because he wants power all for himself. He wants total domination. He is a broken man who wants instant gratification by trampling on others. What does he represent? Anarchy, chaos, mayhem, the exact opposite of who Superman is or represents. You may also think Lex Luthor is genuine, going by the fact that he is a human, doesn't believe that a person can be as good as Superman. He's for the idea that Superman is untrusting, clinical, and wise, but he has ulterior motives to replace Superman, and who's better posed as a threat to him and anyone else? Yes, you got that right, Superman. Batman, on the other hand, also has a dangerous enemy on his side. Now, a commonality between Batman and his enemy is that they all want to suppress the crime world, where one wishes to use fear to create submission in the crime world and get them to do what he wants, while the other wishes to do away with crime by using fear. Now, if you're guessing, I'm talking about the Joker, one of the most dangerous and serial killers in Gotham. The Clown Prince of Crime is the arch-enemy of the Dark Knight, one capable of unthinkable evil that can make even the Batman shudder. He is the exact opposite of everything that the superhero stands for and has, on occasions, caused pain, suffering, and even death to the kept crusaders, near ones and dear ones. So you can imagine how dangerous of an enemy the Joker is. He is likely not a shorter version of Lex Luthor to Superman. If you want to get full Joker experiences, I suggest you watch Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight 2008 and you'll see just what I mean. In life, it's very easy to get such enemies. You can be like Batman, where your arch-enemy represents the exact opposite of who you are, and even his name, Joker, is an irony to his character, who takes pleasure in inflicting pain. Now, if you're a broken man, the Joker gets to you. He tries to get into Batman's head by using his parents' death as a leverage point. He even goes as far as to compare himself to Batman and that they're doing the same thing. The reason we've decided to use the Joker and Lex Luthor is because what makes these enemies dangerous is the fact that they have close proximity to the Batman and Superman. That's why they are able to use people closest and dearest to them or memories that they treasure to hurt them. Now, these enemies will look for ways to pin you down and subdue you. You must not relent, never give in. If you have something to fight for, then you have something to die for. That's exactly what makes them dangerous. Joker wants to push Batman to the extreme by making him to kill him. He's ready to make the Bat realize who he is by making the Bat kill him. That's insanely dangerous. You need to be wary of such people. What happens if you stand the test of time and they can't get rid of you? Alliances. When you are too powerful to defeat them, when you've outsmarted them, they look for help elsewhere. Lex Luthor looks for other enemies of Superman or creates them. Joker looks for Batman's enemies and uses them against Batman. It's through these alliances that they sometimes stumble upon your weakness or something that they can break you or activate your weakness. The Joker is able to release materials that suggest Thomas and Martha Wayne were not good people, in this case to Bruce Wayne. It is the sole reason why he's a vigilante, to honor his parents. Some enemies will reach out for your memories and try to crush them. Do not let them. Now, even if it's in the case of Thomas and Martha Wayne, there were some discrepancies. Bruce does not let that take shape in his life. You see, when you coin your purpose and give it life, nothing will be able to break it. Bruce survives this test because he recognizes one thing. Sometimes the past, remaining in the past, is the best thing. Batman has gotten to a level whereby he's doing this for himself and not because of his parents. In life, you may be doing something because of your parents, but as you climb up the ladder of manhood, you need to take responsibility for your life, and it is you to determine your actions. Sometimes you may need to step back, review, analyze if the path is still worth pursuing. Bruce is able to do this because he overcomes instant gratification for revenge, and he knows whether Batman is dead or alive, the city needs protection. That is why he's ready to die. The son of Krypton is also forced with the same challenge. Lex Luthor magnifies his fear and uses it to suppress Superman. He shows Superman that people fear him and that they are scared of him. In a way, it gets to Superman because he represents the exact opposite: hope, justice, and that's why the symbol of S lives. Superman has to come to terms with the fact that although he creates insecurity to some, he can't forgo his purpose of protecting the Earth, so long as he protects all innocent life. That is why when he deals with an unhuman supervillain, he has no mercy and the villain is likely to die. But he is sensitive to human villains because he knows that if he kills, Lex Luthor will have won the war, but he is smart and does not fall for this. Superman lives to protect Earth. Batman lives to save Gotham. They are all superheroes. Where am I getting at? Yes, alliances. Lex Luthor forms an alliance that helps him to weaken Superman. Joker also forms an alliance to defeat Batman. But this is through connection and alliances that Lex Luthor finds Krypton, and the Joker releases the Thomas and Martha Wayne files and is able to set multiple traps for Batman and his loved ones. Krypton is a very important mineral. It strips Superman of his powers and can literally kill him. Alliances will be formed and your kryptonite will be formed or found. Your enemies will sit at the table taking turns about how they will plunder you. You must not sit idle. It's part of the reason why the Justice League is formed. Even superheroes can't fight individually because their enemies are also united. You need to form alliances, build networks that are worth your time. Keep friends close and unite against a common evil. Bruce's parents died and we witness he promised his parents not to kill him. Death is a no-go zone. It's his code. The Joker knows this and tries to get to him and tries to get him to kill people and eventually kill him. It's probably the Bat's biggest fear. He cannot kill. Although he may almost, he usually pulls himself out of it. Bruce knows he will die. He knows some people do not approve of his methods, and at the end of this dance, he wants to be remembered as a human. Him killing someone would probably kill the only reason why he's still alive. It would kill him, and that is what the Joker wants. It will make him evil and a broken man. So where am I getting at? If you appreciate this content and would like to get more, please book the like button and help spread this page further. Thank you. In conclusion, your enemy will try to get you to be like them through coercions and manipulations, spells, charms in order to use you for their agenda. Be wary. Your enemies will use whatever means possible to get to you. Yes, you. So what do? Form an alliance, or else have people looking out for you and who will break the charms and spells of compulsion you'll be under. They will use your past and whatever they can find. Make sure you fortify yourself. You're able to create a strong will to surpass any mental barriers. Not easy, but with time you can destroy that mental wall. In case you're wondering, this series is far from over. There's still a ton of content I'm yet to upload. Therefore, if I were you, I'd jab that subscribe button and ring that notification bell for more content like this. This has been Men Conversations. Now you know why the Batman does not kill. If you haven't watched the first episode of this series, check it out on this channel. Cheers.